Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I think I'm going to do a journal page today, and I'm going to use my own face. I think I'm going to do this one because I think I'm going to do kind of like a Beetlejuice vibe. So there's this app on Facebook, and you could try your face out on different things, and that's what this is. So these are just all me and my face, well, skinnier face than one my actual face is. And then I also, inspired by Jovi's kit, did a couple witchy ones too. And so yeah, I don't know, it's kind of fun to play with your own face, I think. So I'm going for like kind of a Beetlejuice effect because I have some stencils in the shop. I'm gonna just go ahead and put a protectant over this piece because it's not on like good paper, so pretty much any wet medium I put on it, it is going to start to like spread and bleed. So I'm just gonna put some clear gesso. Yeah, there might be some specks on this plate, and that's okay because I'm not going for perfection. I do want it to be, so if I want it to be a little more shiny, I could use the gel matte medium. Even if I use the matte, it comes out more shiny than if I use the clear gesso. And I'm not using a textured clear gesso. I would not use a textured gesso on my plate because that I don't want to ruin it. I don't put anything with texture on the plate. Except for like the papers might have some texture and whatnot. And by texture, I mean like little granules that could get stuck in the plate and never release kind of stuff. All right. So this has just got a thin layer of clear gesso on it now. And it's on pretty thin, which will hopefully mean that I can use wet mediums and stuff and it won't start spreading all over. I wonder if I should protect the back too. Once it's glued down, it should be fine. As long as I glue it down on dry, it should be fine. So that's what I would look like if I was a little bit goth and skinnier and had makeup and, you know, all the fun things. So now I just want to figure out which book I want to use. This one has bigger pages, so it would be kind of small scale if I did a whole thing. But if I just did here, but then also I would have like more space to work with. Could even do this page, which already has some stuff on it. So yeah, I'm gonna fussy cut out. There's not gonna be as much hair left when I'm done because I'm not fussy cutting out all that hair. I'm gonna fussy cut it and be right back. Oh, and because I just did a screenshot, I still have this little download arrow. There was a way to undo that. Like I could have like clicked share and then screenshot it, and that would have gone away. But then every time I did that, then I had to close Facebook to go back to the beginning again. And I didn't want to keep doing that, so I figured I'll just cover up the arrow or cut it off. I did say clear gesso, right? Because that's kind of an important distinction. The scale might not be right. But I still might go for it just because, well, no, I might not. Hold on. If I had a frame to kind of like build this picture up a little bit, maybe, or not. Or maybe we'll just try it and see. Because I want to play with my stencils over here quite a bit and have a lot of pattern going on in the background. Pay no attention to this one. This one totally got eaten up by my maker, by my Cricut. This one still, it's there enough that I could use a little bit. That one's baubles and something. And then, let's see. Then I've got my snaky ones. Those really make me think of Beetlejuice. And not Grandma's buttons. And Spooky Time Travel, there's the stripes. And this is the Spooky Time Travel. I tried to cut these at 5x7. They might be off a little bit. But, you know, this is close to the size if you get the smaller size in the shop. And I was thinking, you know, that in the background would be fun. I do have the bigger ones as well. Ooh, I could even like use one of these like on the stripes. So see, aren't they kind of like, I don't know, they just make me think of Beetlejuice. I made these last fall when I was, so there's one, and these are sold at pmartiststudio.com. So if you go to pmartiststudio.com and just search under my name, DARCY, all these will come up. Or if you're really into Halloween, check out all the different Halloween stencils and stamps that are in the shop. Now I cut these myself on my Cricut, so I have not cut them down yet, so I guess I should do that. And I tried to cut as much as I could, so you know, that's why mine aren't as long as the ones from the shop. And they're not as perfect either, because you know, Mariah is more of a perfectionist than I am. And I've got my chevrons. These are just, thought I could use this for mark making, maybe not on this, but you know, I just wanted it smaller because I've got the big ones, and I was like, hey, how come I've never cut the small ones on any of these? And I thought this sweater one would make some fun. You can't see it. There you go. It would make some fun mark making. Just doing a stripe of those or a group of 3 or whatever, I think would be fun. Then I think this is like the peacock eyes or something like that, but it's got a nice, you know, cool effect to it as well. And then this one's not Halloween. I just wanted it in the smaller scale, the magnolias. So let's see. If I start with this dark background, then I'm gonna want to come in with, I think, some of this in the corners. Maybe might be kind of fun. Ooh, yeah, that's a nice corner right there. All right, let me grab some white paint. White paint? Do I want white paint? Well, this is dark in the background, and she's dark, so I want to bring out some lightness as well. Well, let's try some different color paints and see. So I have decided to do white because I can always alter the color later if I don't like, if I think the white is like a little too bright. Also, I want to make sure that I don't have too much paint on here or it's going to go underneath the stencil, and I don't really want that per se. That's kind of cool. I like it. Okay. Don't know why the magenta's still out. I put away most of my paints because I figure they're right next to me. I can grab them when I want them. I don't necessarily want the same thing in each corner because, I mean, does Tim Burton do the same thing in every corner? No, he makes them all different, doesn't he? We like some Burtonesque. I just have some birdie whirls too. Mariah named it that because it is Burtonesque. Burtonesque, it just means looks like in the style of Tim Burton. Which, if you're a fan, you already know that stuff, and you already are like, hey, that looks like Tim Burton stuff. And you'll also know that Beetlejuice is a Tim Burton movie. I've not seen the new one yet. I don't know when. I'll probably wait for it to come on video because that's what I do. Thinking to kind of like do this. Ooh, I like this down here. I know that's the same as what's up there, but I kind of like that for down. I've got paint on both sides of this stupid sponge now, so now it is sticking to my finger. That's fun. Let's see. So that comes up around like that. Maybe we just want the regular snaky. Kind of want something, and the reason she's this way is because yeah, we'll do that. I don't like things looking off the page, so she'll be looking in towards the page. I think I have too much paint. Oh, maybe I'm okay. So yeah, I started to say, oh, I created these when I was injured last year when I had an arthritis flare up. I mean, it hurt. I could not walk on it, and I thought it was broken. It hurt so bad. They did x-rays and everything. You know, it was just arthritis flare-up, which is, you treat that the opposite you would a break or a sprain. You use it, and I had not been using it, so that made it much more painful it took much longer to overcome that because of that, probably. All right, let's just put a little, because I think I'm like out as a snake in the original. Like I said, I haven't seen the new one. Like it comes out kind of like as a snake kind of a deal. Let's see. I want this to not snake around this time. I'm gonna kind of make it go how I want it to go, or you know, kind of go across. Yeah, you can do that. Use your stencils not the way they were intended. You could totally do that. Just kind of have it come around like that. That's fun. And then where's the messed up one? This should be easy to find because it's messed up. Oh my goodness. You may or may not be wondering, why does this lady already have a page done in her journal? Well, if you're new here, you might be. It's because I use it to like just clean off my brushes and whatnot, so that I don't waste paint. So I just kind of braid it off, paint it off into this journal and my other art journals, and then when I come to it, whoops, I end up having a background already made. I could add to, well, I am adding to the background. This is me adding to the background. Let's go ahead and just make that like a medallion in the middle. Why not? Just having some fun with it. So this sort of gonna follow that snake line I did, kind of, sort of. Just kind of, sort of. It's not perfect. It's okay. Take some more of these baubles down here. Kind of like Toil and Trouble. When you think of the cauldrons and the bubbles and baubles, Toil and Trouble. I don't know. That's what makes me think of. That's what that makes me think of. And this was a play on. Oh, do I want to add any of these? Oh, this almost looks like a, I don't know, almost like a creature. If you just do that, trying, like if I outline that, I don't know. Let's see, let's just add some more eyeballs in here. I can bring out eyeballs later if I want them to look more eyeball-y. I can bring them out with some doodling or something. Let's see, we got a lot of circles. Maybe I'll use some of these X's. And they want me. This one I made for like a winter one because I didn't really want Christmas per se. I just kind of wanted like stitching, and I was like, oh well, X's for cross stitch, kind of, sorta, and then these are supposed to be like a abstract cross stitch is what the middle ones are. But I like the X's. The X's work good for mark making. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Alright, so now we've got some light colors in there. I might come in. I don't have much black yet. Might do that with some doodling. Do I want? So it's totally different now, as you can see. There you go, Mariah. That's for Mariah. Straightening it out. How's she looking? See, it's just, I'm just going for an effect. Do I need to make that picture bigger? I think she'll be okay. And what else might I want to put around the edges? I wish I'd seen the second one, and I wish I had I need to go watch the old one because I can't remember a lot from that right now, but just going for the vibe. I'm not going literal, just for a vibe. Alright, let's see. I will probably outline her when she gets on there too. This is here, so let's use this. No, let's use that with, I've got some burgundy, some teals, and some blacks. Let's bring forward maybe some burgundy. This is the VersaFine Clear Permanent. And I'm just gonna kind of, it's a larger size, so when you're mixing patterns, you do want to think about that, to vary your sizes. At least that's what I do. And then I try to come off the page in some places too. Try to make it not look too perfect. I don't want it necessarily to look like a pattern, not for this anyway. Like sometimes I might want a pattern, and sometimes I just might want it kind of more random. I don't like what I did there, but that's all right. It might get covered. There's still a lot more to do here. And if you stamp it off first and then stamp it on, you get more of a ghost print of it, and it's not so strong. Where is my teal? There it is. This is a brighter teal, but it should still work. So let me see, what do I want to do? Is this kind of crazy? That might be a little too much to come in with this on. No, that's the same size pattern. All right. This is what it is, art journaling. This is why it's more fun to do it not on camera, because then when I'm thinking like this, it's not quite so, she's thinking now. There's nothing, just not real fun to watch. All right, well, we'll just pull out a pen. I brought some pens down. Now, I'm not sure what I want to do with this, so I'm going to first work over here where I'm pretty sure it's going to get covered anyway, and outline these. And you don't necessarily have to watch that, and just see if that's what I want to do first. Whoops. And not worry about if it doesn't happen perfectly. It's not likely to happen perfectly. Now, what if I use a color? Nope, not liking that either. So I'm gonna try some distress sprays. I think and so I think I want to spray. I'm gonna start with a light color because I don't know exactly what's gonna happen yet. So this has some green in it. I forgot. I even knew that. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's okay. Oh good, that bottle is, and that was old paper that I just sprayed on there. And just kind of, probably going to brown out with the, whatever I've got going on there. We can bring out the brushes, spread it around, spray some more on there, more direct. I mean, there's plenty in there. I don't know why. Why? Oh crap, what did I just, oh. No, apparently one of my, shocker, one of my things of brushes fell over, and I just ran it over because it fell over under my chair. So there's that. Okay, now it's spraying. Because it's sort of like a light colored army green, sort of, or, you know. But it will definitely take away all the white, which is what I want, because it's just too much white right now. This was in my dirty water, so that's why. And it will take differently on the white paint than it does on the paper. I think we know that, right? Well, if not, I just told you. Now you know. If you didn't know. Not everybody. I can't assume everybody knows everything, because everybody does not know everything. And all these wet mediums I'm going to try to do mostly before I add the picture. Less chance of ruining the picture. Okay, that wasn't, where did it go? I don't know where it went. It's right there. See? When it's backwards. See, I tried colors on that. It didn't work. They were too thick, and they were just not even close to the right color. Didn't I just clean that and it was coming out a little bit? And I'm holding it upright. Oh, why? I don't always have this much problems with distress sprays, but today I am. Alright, if I want more to come out at once, I'll just get a brush and stick it in there. And just, there we go. That gets it on there a little bit more. Probably want to use a clean brush, a little cleaner than the one that's been sitting in my... I would have just poured it out, but you know what would have happened if I did that, right? Oh, I don't think that wash is doing any good. As long as it doesn't fall over in my stuff, we should be okay, right? Alright, I'm not going crazy yet with colors, I mean. I know, the other part is totally... What if we did just kind of take some watered down color shift. This is Blue Violet Flash. I'm just gonna... Something tells me... Oh no, I just haven't shaken it up and got it to the top. It felt kind of like it was a rock in there, but no, it wasn't. It just... There we go. But put it on and then water it down maybe. I just want it to move. Got to move it, move it. You've got to. And then it will kind of be nice if this was a little cleaner. It will change everything. Because it's a color shift, you know? But I don't want it to cover everything, but I'm kind of digging what it's doing to the, I mean, it's turning the white more purple, lavender, you know, whatever the color it said it was. Gonna change things too. I don't necessarily want it to cover everything though. Or maybe I do. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I always go back with white if I don't end up liking it. It's alright. Everything's fine. It's only paper. But I also want it to cover everything. Because it really is... We'll see between the two pages how much of a difference it makes in the background, right? And the color shifting that happens. So this is without, of course there's a lot more white on that page, and that is with, I don't know if you guys can see, I don't know, definitely on camera that feels brighter, not in real life. In real life not so much, but on camera definitely does. You know, let's just go for it. Cover the whole thing in the color shift paint. When in doubt, go for it. Just have fun with it. Like I said, it's only paper. And this is why I skip pages too. Like if I really hated this, I could just glue them together and never look at it again. But I don't really do that. I'm more likely to just keep playing with it until I get it where I want it. Alright, that's a little bit more opaque than I want. So we're going to wipe some off. So now there's like no white. So I'll probably want to bring in some white. I might even want to push it back a little bit with some gesso, because why not? Liquitex gesso. Got some of that right here. If you don't have gesso, just use white paint. If you have gesso, gesso's pretty cheap, I think, is why, I mean, I don't know. I like gesso. It does different. It's, for those who are new, gesso is a primer. When you buy a canvas that has, it's primed, that's just what it is. It's got the they use gesso on it. Sorry, my brain, I was trying to think. That's dangerous. Oh, that's what I want, a catalyst wedge, I think. You don't have to have a catalyst wedge. You could just use a credit card to get similar-ish effects. Alright, so that's what I want, but as soon as I put it down, is it going to do it? I don't know. There we go. So I'm just kind of laying it down as I move it, and it's going to do different things in different spots. But this is what I want it to do. There's just no guarantees when I start. Well, we'll start from the middle. And then if it's not doing what I want, at least her face will cover it. Whose face? My face. Keep saying her face, but we all know it's me. Just a little bit of color shift in there with that, which is fine. Okay, yep, that's what I like. I'm just kind of doing it lightly, but that had like a thicker amount on there. Need more gesso. I need more, and maybe don't stick your thumb in the gesso if you don't want your thumbprint in your piece. But since my face is already on there, what's a little thumbprint gonna hurt? I was tempted, like if this page hadn't already been covered with paint, I was thinking about using this drop paper. I thought that would be really cool to do with this technique as well. Alright, if you didn't get what you wanted, just wipe it off and try again. Try again. Alright, so that just added another layer. I'm going to dry this now and see what it looks like after it's dry with a hair dryer, heat dryer. Hair dryer? No, I use a heat gun. Heat gun! But I'm going to pause to do that. And I'm going to try not to hit stop, because when I combine my videos and then upload them onto YouTube, YouTube like messes with the sound somehow. It's super annoying. I used art glitter glue to glue it down, and because I did it on thin paper, I rubbed the glue with my finger so I wouldn't end up with a bunch of lines from the glue. You could also use gel matte medium. You just want something stronger than a glue stick, because most likely I just realized my microphone's not plugged in. Oh well, we're gonna just leave it like that because my face is right next to the camera, so that should be okay. Also, I need to figure out something to cover on here. I forget what I was saying now, but probably wasn't important. If it was, ask me in the comments. Say, what were you trying to say at this number, at this, you know, you got to timestamp it. If you mentioned something and you didn't timestamp it, then I'm probably going to be like, what? Ooh, you know what would be cool? Be like, okay, like here's the wallpaper of the house, and like the back, that's just like all breaking down into chaos behind the wall there. Do I have enough of this? Or I don't have to use that one. I can use that one's from Joey's kit. But oh, I got like this wallpaper too, which doesn't go at all, and that's okay, because that's kind of what the crazy chaos is about. Or there's this one, which is like the walls and the, and now I wish I hadn't, that's okay. Kind of wanna, all right. Let's see. Of course I glued her down already, but that's all right. It's okay, everybody. Everything's gonna be fine. It's fine, fine, everything's fine. Maybe I don't want it quite, let's see, exactly. I don't want it. I want it more like the walls are being torn down here. The really bad, we're in the attic, right? So the walls are getting torn down. They're getting torn down in the attic. So it's okay that the wallpaper's all coming off. It'll break up some of this stuff over here too. And just kind of come, I don't usually you don't want to go across the middle, but I also want to, I want the pages to feel like they're one page also. So there's that. So like beyond the walls of the attic is this crazy world that she goes to. All right, I like that. All right, I'm gonna glue these. I'm going to ink them around the edges, possibly with something darker. This one's ground espresso, so I might do that. But you don't have to watch that. So when you come back, this will all be glued down. All right, now I'm going to take this charcoal gray Derwent ink tints. You can use colored pencils to try to do this too. But what I like about these is, you know, they'll get wet and they'll move. Kind of a dangerous thing to do on this paper. And then, but then they'll be permanent. They're water reactive, but after they're dry, after having the water on them, they do then become permanent. So I'm just going to, this is printed paper that I didn't protect, so this is kind of a dangerous thing. But I'm going to outline those, and I'm also going to outline her. And also I covered that arrow with the wallpaper, which now puts her in that other world and not in the attic anymore, you know, because I like to overthink things like that. So I'm going to just kind of outline like I'm doing now with the pencil. I might need to sharpen it. If I was smart, I would sharpen it and just kind of give it some depth and dimension with that shadow, basically. I'll be right back. Now I am just taking a wet paintbrush and just following where I did the pencil. I want to get rid of any white. I did not go over her shirt like I probably should have, because on the wallpaper I kind of went over the wallpaper a little bit. And I used charcoal gray, not black, because I didn't really want it to be black, although it may end up. And I think I want her shadow to be a little bit wider than I do the other ones, or maybe I want them all to be that wide. I don't know. Or, you know, her outline, because she's kind of the, I'm the star of the show. So I'm going a little bit wider here. And I may need to come back in and bring the pencil a little closer. There's a little bit of paint on that brush there. Yeah, that's what happened there. But I may come back and outline her with silver later as well, and do like I did on another page earlier, on the 13th actually, when I did the Gothic Girls collab, which is what inspired this page, that and Beetlejuice. So, you know, doing that art journal page of the Gothic Girls, which I know is not everybody's cup of tea, but I do have some friends where it's totally their cup of tea, and you know, they love it. But it's still, even just looking at the process and how I did things, even if you don't really do Gothic, it's kind of cool. Even with the whole collab, just kind of checking out people's videos and saying, oh, that's an idea I could use, using a kit that I would use. I mean, Jovi's kit is great, don't get me wrong. She did a great job. She does some great digitals. Go check out her shop. So yeah, and the reason people do collabs is to bring more attention to their channel and their shop and some other channels and shops. So it's always nice to support and encourage. So I think for the walls though, I'm gonna do a little bit, not go out as far. And also I didn't protect the walls, so I'm just kind of going right against the edge just to wet the pencil, but not move it. Does that make sense? Because she's going to get more done to her, where this is probably all the walls are getting as the water goes into the paper. Let's hope that doesn't totally destroy it. But I didn't think to so yeah, I am going to get some watermarks that are going to happen from the pen. I could try a smaller one, or I could just be okay with that because it just adds to the aged look of it. So I'm going to do the rest of the walls and I'll be right back. So using less water helped. I just tried to have a little bit less water on that. And I don't know why I unpaused when I was looking for my silver. Okay, so well, there's a lot of gold back there. I think I'm still going to use silver though, because that's more light. So I just kind of like take my Signo pen, draw a little bit, or, you know, where I want the outline, and then spread it out. And it just gives this little halo outline. And it does, you can probably go a little bit further because it's on acrylic paint, and so it dries slower on there. But if you have it on the paper, it dries faster if it's just on regular paper and you don't have the time to get that halo. So I'm going to do the rest of that and I'll be right back. Alright, now I'm going to go to my drop paper here and see, and then I'm also going to get paint all over my pen because that makes sense. So let's see. I think since we have a bunch of torn bits, I'm going to actually cut this out. So it's just a quote from the original movie, I myself am strange and unusual. Let's see. That might work. I'm going to outline it as well with something. Alright. So that it stands out a little bit more. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of, the inside of this, just kind of draw a border around it. And where that Y is, I'm gonna go around it. And I might do a second line just so that, you know, its crookedness is accentuated, you know. I don't know. Let's see, how's that look? I can't see. That's alright. Whoops, I'm gonna just put like a couple little tick marks, almost like there's some stitching. That's more of a reference to Dr. Frankenstein's stitching, but you know, I can do that if I want to. So there is my journal page and my nod to Beetlejuice. So I hope you guys have a delightful day. Like I said, you can find those stencils at the pmartiststudio.com. You can look up spooky, Halloween, or my name, and you know, I've got several that will work for Halloween. And I don't know, find somebody who's been sharing pictures, AI pictures of themselves, and click play now. That's how you find that particular app. I hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.